This is Gary Atencio with CNTV, and today we're in Castle Rock, Colorado. I am here with Personal Notes Music. Since 1977, for nearly half a century, she has provided engaging and enjoyable, personalized music instruction tailored to your skill level. I'm joined here with the music teacher, Lois Owsley. Thanks so much for joining us here today.
It's a pleasure to be here.
I'm going to start off a little bit about yourself. You were formally educated with a bachelor's degree in violin performance from Colorado State University. You later earned a Master of Arts in Music Education from Northwestern State University. Really music has resonated with you your entire life since you were young. Share with me a little bit how music became a natural part of your life.
The trajectory of my life was when I was in third grade. And we lived up in Alaska. We had a friend that played in the Anchorage Symphony, and we went to one of her concerts. And I was mesmerized by the violins, and that is when I decided I wanted to do that. Our friend that was in the symphony had music at her house, and we went to her house, and I said, "Oh my goodness, that music makes that sound." And I was just amazed by it, and I wanted to learn the violin after that. So I started in fourth grade, and here I am still.
Here we are today. Never underestimate the influence of something on a young child like that. That is
Exactly.
a great story. Music really is known as the international language. Why would you say the enjoyment of music is more needed today in our fast-paced world, maybe more than ever before?
Oh my goodness. I can't imagine life without music.
Exactly.
And it's therapeutic for me, and I think it could be for everybody. And we have music all around us every day of our lives, and there's a lot to learn from music.
People take music for granted. Honestly, everybody has it. They enjoy it. We dance to it. We celebrate to it. Or go through mourning and depression with it. And I think that is very true. It can be very therapeutic. You attended a live violin performance for the first time in third grade, like you said. For those who want more than just listening to music, but actually want to create music, what is a good age to begin?
Usually when a child is able to read, and they're able to track left to right, and that's a natural thing for them. I think the biggest thing is that the child has desire, because you could start younger than readable age, and I've seen 3- and 4-year-olds that do amazing things, and then but usually on the average they should be able to read.
Yep.
Like
be able
third,
to read,
fourth
follow
grade.
it, and have some desire there to go through. To enhance the enjoyment, I would say, of a glass of wine, knowing about the origin of wine makes it all the more enjoyable. Do you feel music theory is an important part of a fuller experience? And is that something you provide as well?
Yes, I think theory is very, very important, because that helps you understand what the music is all about. You understand how to read. I have a theory program in my studio where I teach the theory along with the music, so they will not just be able to play a song, but understand everything that's written on the page, understand what it's all about.
You really work with beginners to advanced in private, virtual, and online. Let's begin with private in person. Where does your instruction take place in person? Is it done right here in your studio? Tell me about the area.
Yes. At one point I had a computer that's on the other side of the camera, and it's an Apple IIe computer, very vintage, but at one point I had one person on the computer, one person on the lesson, and halfway through they would switch. So the theory is very important part of what I do. So they will have a full understanding of music after they have studied with me for a while.
I love that the setup you have here. I mean, it's almost like a little classroom, if you will, yet it's got a real personal home feel to it. Do you think that is enjoyed by your students?
Well, I hope so. They keep coming back.
That makes sense. Let me ask you, in your home studio, do you enjoy helping students reach their goals by carefully selecting pieces that not only challenge them, but yet at the same time kind of delight them and something they enjoy? Tell me about that.
Right. Yeah, I have a set of music that I have my students go through. A lot of times I go through Suzuki with the violin students. It's a good set of music, and I also have technique. Actually, let me just back up. I teach songs, technique, theory, sight reading, and ear training. So those 5 areas, I make sure that it's a very comprehensive and complete program.
That's interesting. I mean, so from becoming proficient in sight reading to playing by ear, transposing, and even performing solos or with groups, I mean, these are all the opportunities your private lessons can provide. Does it matter what age that is, or is it pretty wide age you're able to help?
Yeah, I teach all ages, and like I said, to be able to work on the computer, they have to be able to kind of be self-sufficient. Sometimes I have parents, if they're younger, the parents come in and help, but usually they're self-sufficient on the computer.
I mean, how often would you say should lessons be? I mean, what is the best scenario for effective music training? How often should lessons be set up?
Well, ideally at least once a week.
Okay.
If a student is very serious, they should be very consistent on not only lessons but also practicing at home.
Obviously not easy or possible for everyone. If a person only has a couple times a month, is that still something that you're able to help with?
Yes. In fact, after COVID, that kind of changed things for a lot of people, and now I've learned since COVID to teach online.
That changed everything. I mean, for those people who can't even make it to your studio, you offer private virtual lessons. Is that now an important option in today's high-tech world?
I think it is, because just like yesterday, we had a snow day. And so my students texted me, and can we have an online lesson? Yeah, of course, because they live a half an hour away, and it's obviously much easier to have it virtual. So it's nice to have that option.
Yeah. I mean, especially with a lot of snow out there, for many, virtual is a safe approach. It's obviously very convenient to accommodate anyone's schedule. How long is each session, be it in private here or virtually? How do you set that up?
Yeah, it's different since COVID. Usually, if they want an online lesson, it's usually an hour. Sometimes it's a half hour. So I do either half hour or an hour. Here in the studio, I do have a few hours during the week that I do. Like I said, one is on the computer, one is on the lesson, and they switch. That is most cost effective for a student, and because they are able to split the cost of a half an hour and yeah.
Most students learn music really for the enjoyment and self-satisfaction. But for those few who have their sights set on being accepted maybe into an orchestra, be it all city or state, can you coach them on what is required, because you've really been there and done that?
Yes. In fact, that's what I'd love to do. I love to find those that are real serious about music. In the years that I've taught, it's been like a handful of students that are that serious. But I love to get them ready for all city, all state, college, if they're bound that way. I've had a couple that have actually graduated with music degrees, so that's really exciting for me.
Does that get you excited when you see one of your students
Oh,
actually
yeah.
go on and do something like that? I mean, they really become your kids, I'm sure.
Oh,
where
yeah.
You're like watching them do that. Isn't it neat?
Right. Yeah, I love it.
That is so cool. I mean, really what began in third grade at a performance has now really come full circle. I mean, that passion for music is now teaching our youth and even adults by sharing your personal notes that you have learned throughout the years. Is this still rewarding work for you?
Yes, extremely. And, you know, I plan to do it until I can't.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I love sharing that people can definitely tap into your knowledge, not only here in person, but also virtually as well. Viewers, let's take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. What you're going to see is her website. On the website, you see all the services she provides. I mean, when you or your child are ready to learn from someone who has really continued her professional development, has professional as well as performance experience, definitely reach out today. Once again, that is Personal Notes Music. Make music a part of your life. This is Gary Atencio with CNTV, and if you don't know, now you know.